Hey guys, Alex, Luke here with us tonight. We are going to do our weekly recap and we're going to talk about one of the things we did this week. So all week long, we went through alternate mount positions. So not looking at just our traditional mount position with our leg on either side, but moving through knee on belly into the Z mount, the S mount, working some different options from there. So this week was really all about moving around the mount to give ourselves more options. And one of the options we looked at, if I can have Luke jump down here, is moving from our side control position into my initial knee on belly position. So really a great position to drive a lot of pressure, create a lot of openings based on the pressure you're working. So for this week's particular transition, we worked chest to chest, elevated slightly towards the high zone, and a lot of times we use a knee slide pressure transition from here. For a little bit different feel this week, we did more of a dynamic movement, and my high hand is going to grip inside the collar. I'm going to go thumb in the collar, everything else out, and I'm almost putting my fist right into the mat. My low hand is gripping the pant material, not the gi or the belt, but getting the pant material. And from here, I'm elevating myself and I'm lifting. And the first criticism of this is, well, there's no pressure. The pressure is exerted by my skeletal structure being locked out downward. Go ahead and bridge. Start to move out. Really controlling on him as long as I stay over my locked out skeletal structure. And I'm not playing here, staying here for long. I'm extending pressure down, and now I'm using the weight of my arms to carry my hips up, and I'm setting my knee directly below his solar plexus, right underneath the breastbone. And from here, my foot that's not actively engaged is stepping out as an outrigger. My leg is turning, so it's not floating to the side. I'm not putting the ball of my foot on the mat. I'm keeping that up, and I'm putting my laces against the outside of his leg. This lets me control his hip motion a little bit more while I extend and create a lot of pressure. Notice, as I extend and pull up, what automatically happens? I get a hand feed to the knee, and I get hand pressure to my knee. Now, in one of our former recaps, we talked about attacking this hand. So go ahead and scroll down and take a look at that. Today, we're going to talk about attacking this hand. We're going to go to a far side armbar. So as I drive up and he pushes, he's very uncomfortable here. This hand lets go, drives in the opening, and underhooks at the back of the shoulder. Common mistake we see here is people trying to pull this with their arm. Really difficult to arm pull him here if he's bigger and stronger. But if I take my knee and I roll it back towards the mat and I bring my weight with it, now I'm using my body weight to roll him up onto his side. It becomes much more effective. Check the hand and clear it. This leg steps over. I palm the head. I'm using my weight on his elbow area. My shoulder pointer goes right down into that. So I get a lot of weight off of this leg and I step. And it makes my step very easy. You'll notice now, because I took the time to clear the arm and step over and get active laces, I've got his arm trapped. My knee comes behind his shoulder. He can't get his back to the mat now. It becomes very difficult for him to get away by going to the back of the mat. From here, I'm locking up. I'm turning 180 degrees. I'm keeping this knee up to isolate, and this leg is hooking at the face, right underneath his chin as I come around. And I'm going to continue to turn till my hips are behind his elbow. Once my hips are behind his elbow, I'm pinching my knees, setting back, and I'm driving my high leg down into his face and preventing that 6 o'clock escape, or that turning escape, because I'm going to pin that head to the mat. From here, my knees are together, my heel comes tight, and now I'm leaning towards his head side, bringing the arm with me, taking the thumb side of the hand. This way I get control of the thumb. I know my arm bar is always behind my thumb, and I can extend and finish with the arm bar. So, one of our options that we went through this week from one of our alternate mount positions, this time being knee and belly. Go through, check the rest of our content out, check that near side armbar out. They complement each other nicely, and we'll see you guys back next week.